Okay, well, I had just finished this video when I realized that I had put the cam on pause, and I wasn't sure at what point I had done that, so I didn't know how much I'd missed, so I decided to start all over again. So some of the things that we're going to go through may have already been done. So this is Chapter 9. We're going to do Activity 9.8, Installing NPS, and Activity 9.9, Creating a Network Access Policy for VPN Connections. So NPS stands for Network Policy Server. It's a role service that provides you with a framework for creating and enforcing network access policies for client health, along with policies for authentication and authorization of connection requests. It is the replacement for the Internet Authentication Services, or known as IAS, from Windows Server 2003. In Windows Server 2008, you can perform the following using NPS. We can configure a radius server, we can configure a radius proxy, and we can configure and implement network access protection, also known as NAP. So we want to look at the NAP console. And from the console, that's the central utility for managing radius clients and remote radius servers, network health and access policies, NAP settings for NAP scenarios, and logging settings. The console is divided into 4 nodes, and they are the radius clients and servers. This section allows you to configure radius clients and radius servers on your network. Policies allows you to manage and configure policies based on health, network, and access requests. NAP, or Network Access Protection, provides a framework for protecting your networks, both public and private, from malware such as viruses and spyware. And then the accounting, no, it's not keeping track of your pennies. This section allows you to manage how data is collected and logged for remote access connection. So our exercise is to install NPS. So where do you think we go first? Yep, the Service Manager. All right. So we're going to expand roles and click Network Policy and Access Services. Okay, so I do not have that, and I realized that I hadn't. So in roles, we're going to add roles. Remember how we do this? There's Network, and hit Next, and hit Next. And I think I'm just going to click that one for right now, and install. The last time it took about 2 minutes for this to install, so I'm going to put the video on pause, and remember to bring it back when it's totally installed. Okay, so yes, that took me about a minute and a half actually. All right, so we have installed that, so we can close it. All right, and now as you can see under roles, we now have Network Policy and Access Services. So that's where we wanted to go. Now within this, we want to add role services. So here we are down to role services, and here's add role services link. This starts the add role services wizard, and in here we want to click the Network Policy Server. Where box is to select it, click Next. So I have done that. It wasn't there to choose before, or else I read this wrong. Oh, under role services. Okay, I guess I did that. So anyway, we're good. So it's there. The Network Policy Server is there. We installed it, so we don't need to worry about this right here. We can cancel this wizard. And in the Server Manager, expand Network Policy Services and Access Services. So let's see what we have there. And verify that NPS console is available. I think it is. You might need to close and reopen the Service Manager. So let's close this. It might have popped up there. Server Manager. So under roles, we wanted the network policy. Open that up. And there is the NPS. Okay, so now that we've created that, we want to create a network access policy for VPN connections. So this is exactly where we needed to go, to the NPS local. So under Network Policy and Access Services, you've got the NPS local. And then we want to expand policies. You know, once you start playing with this and you understand, it's really pretty user-friendly in that things fall into order and fall underneath. So if you're looking for something, you can generally find it. Okay, so under Network Policies, we want to go in there and we want to add a new one. So we're going to click this. Okay, so I did this previously in the other video and I didn't know how to undo it. So you can see that we have already done the Allow VPN Access Service Operators, so we'll just name it something different, like number 2. Okay, so Allow VPN Access Server Operators. So again, don't name it Goofy's Lunch Menu. Make sure that you remember you are not always going to be the only person that may go in here and take care of this. You may not always be around. You need to make it so that other people can follow and know what you're doing. So we're going to call this one number 2. The type of network thing, we're going to go down here to Remote Access Server, the VPN dial-up. And then we're going to, let's see, dial-up, network, list of specified conditions. Okay, so we're going to hit Next. And the conditions, we're going to add a user group. So the group that we're going to use is domain admins. Whoop. Okay. And so that shows us that's the group that we want to add to this particular policy. And hit OK. And now you can see that in our specified conditions, a condition is user group domain admins. And then we want to click add. Oh, no, we want to click, let's see, where am I? Select user groups, add, OK to user group windows, and next, special conditions. Click next. I think that's where we are. Okay, so we want to accept the default of access granted in the specify access permission dialog box by hitting next. And then we're going to hit next through this. You can see that these authentication methods are already clicked. We're going to click through this default. We're fine with that. We're going to check the idle timeout. We want to disconnect, and we're going to make this 30 minutes. So if you haven't done it by then, forget it. And we click Next to access the Configure Settings window box, and click Next. And finish. Okay, super. So we did that. So this is the one that I did previously, and this is the one that I did just now to show you how to do it. So you have now installed NPS, and you've created a network access policy for VPN connections. I also hope that you enjoyed my little mini notebook point, my little presentation beforehand. I really like that. So I think I'll be using that some more. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.